Welcome out, everybody, to Sam Crawford Field. It is triangular. It's baseball day. Beautiful day for it. A little breezy, but that's okay. We get to enjoy a fantastically sunny day out here as the Warriors host Central City, Fort Calhoun. We're going to have, there's going to be 3 games played here today. The first game is going to be the Warriors facing off against the Central City Colonels, and then the Colonels will take on the Pioneers of Fort Calhoun in the middle game, and then the final game will be, again, the Warriors against the Pioneers. So we're going to have a lot of great baseball coming your way. We're going to actually stream the first and the third game, all the Warriors games, as we come along, and so I've added a couple of views here. We'll go ahead and transition so you can actually see what's going on. So again, it's a little breezy. You can hear that coming up from behind us. It's coming from the northwest, headed on down to basically straight out to center field. So hopefully that won't affect the home runs too much. But it certainly could, drive some home runs as we continue on here, because just get it right, it's gone. I want to say thank you to Wahoo Public Schools, a partnership with bsdnlive.com, in order to bring you baseball, and that is the siren going off from Omaha Steel saying it is noon, and that means it is time to start some baseball. And so let's go ahead and get things started off here. And so we're going to start off with the first pitch, and that one is going to be high and outside for ball number 1. Pitching today is Cash Parson for Wahoo. Second pitch, right in there for a strike. Waiting for the next pitch coming in, and that one is high and outside. So Cash's next pitch stays on the outside. So we have 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the first, started right at noon today, so right on time. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and hit by pitch. So heading out is Quinn Jensen, was able to get on to base. And now that brings up number 7, Hayden Murphy. Hayden Murphy is a junior. Hayden Murphy is, again, let's see. I was thinking there was a brother there, but that's wind up. The pitch comes in, called strike. Runner on first. Nobody out, top of the first inning. Cash with the call, throws in, swing, and strike number 2. Murphy stepping back into the batter's box. So the opening batter hit by pitch. Then he throws in, and the throw going out. So the strike in, but the throw out to second was not in time. So that advances Jensen to second base. Coming up to bat now is Fletcher Freeze. First pitch comes in. Now one is high and outside. 1-0 is the count. 1 out, runner on second. Wind up that pitch, low and inside. 2-0. Pitch comes in, swing, and that gets hit, but So foul back, but does advance a runner. 2-1 is the count with one out. Now runner in scoring position at third. Cash with the wind up the pitch. And that one is strike two. Count goes even at 2. Wind up the pitch comes in and low and inside. Actually, they call it a hit by pitch, putting the runners on the corners. So 2 in a row hit by pitch. Actually, no, the first batter was hit by pitch, and that was Jensen, who's now on third base. 1 out. And now that brings up swing, and that one gets sent out to left field. And actually, I'm sorry, this is the Pioneers playing, so. That brings in 1 batter, 1 run, and now we have runners on first and second for Fort Calhoun. Pitch coming in, showing bunt, a good bunt. That goes out, and miscommunication between Cash and Sabatka, not going after, and that loads up the bases. So that puts 2 hits for the Pioneers. First pitch on the way, coming in to Alex Christensen. Bases are loaded, 1 out. 1 run has come in so far for the Pioneers, top of the first inning. Wind up that pitch, swung on, and that gets sent out to right field. 1 run comes in, throw comes across to home, and so that leaves bases loaded with 1 out. Now we have number 13, Charlie Romenstein, senior for the Pioneers. Wind up in the pitch for Cash, low and inside. Good stop by Max Sledge, keeping the ball in front of him. Bases are loaded, wind up next pitch. Check swing, strike 1. 1-1, 1 out, bases are loaded. Pioneers leading the Warriors 2-0, top of the first inning. That pitch comes in, called ball. 2-1. Wind up the pitch. And strike 2. Counts even at 2 with 1 out. Bases are loaded. Wind up that pitch. Swung and fouled straight back. Keeps the count even at 2. Wind up that pitch. Gets popped straight back. Again, staying alive, keeping the count even at 2. Wind up that pitch. Swung on, and that gets sent out. Shortstop picked up the throw over to second is in time, and not to first, but. So 1 out. Now runners on the corners, but brings in another run for the Pioneers. And the Pioneers bring up Eli Tinkham up to bat. Wind up, that pitch inside. And runner moves, advances over to seconds now. It's 2 outs, runners on first and second, 1 ball, no strikes. That next pitch was called a strike. So 1-1 with 2 outs. Next pitch on the way. Swing and strike number 2. Wind up pitch. Low swing. The throw over the first in time was for the out. Not without having 3 hits and 3 runs come in. Stranding runners on second and third. Top of the 1 is complete. And the Pioneers take advantage of the wind and conditions. 3-0 over the Warriors. We'll be back in just a moment with the Warriors at bat right here on BSDNLive.com. Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field as we are at the bottom of the first inning. Pioneers took off right away with 3 runs off of 3 hits. Now we see for the Pioneers batting as Levi Lasher. And up to bat for the Warriors. First pitch comes in as called as a ball, and that the first pitch goes to Isaiah Nagel, always leading off there. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch on the way. That one goes low. 2-0 is the count. Nagel waiting for the next pitch to come in. Wind up, the pitch comes in, that stays high and outside. 3-0. And then that Nagel waits for that one to go straight on by, called strike. Definitely hit on the count, so not too stressed about it. Wind up that pitch. Swung. Fouled back for strike number 2. Now the count goes full. Nagel back into the batting box. Took his time out there. A wind up pitch on the way. Swing, and that one gets sent out to second base. The throw over to first is in time for the out. Stepping into the batter box for the Warriors is number 10, Caden Christian Jr. from Wahoo Public. Wind up the pitch on the way, and that one gets right down the middle for strike 1. One out, nobody on base. Bottom of the first inning. Next pitch. That one drops low. 1-1 is the count. Wind up that pitch high and outside. 2-0. Lasher with the windup. Pitch delivered, swung, and that one is sent out to left field and able to bring it in, reeling it in on the way. And that was Eli Tinkham with reeling that one in. Now that brings up Sabatka. So Carson Sabatka at bat for the Warriors. First pitch swung on, strike 1. Waiting for the second pitch. Wind up, that pitch delivered. Check swing, strike 2. Wasn't able to hold that one back. Now we're waiting for that third pitch. Swing, and that one gets loped out to right field, and it drops in. Almost goes over the head of the right fielder, but able to drop it in for a runner at bat. A runner on first, and that brings up Jace Kaminsky. Cleanup batter for the Warriors with 2 outs, runner on first. Throw goes over to first. Sabatka able to win that one. Wind up, the pitch comes in, swung, and that one gets fouled straight back. Two outs. 0-1 is the count. Runner on first. Bottom of the first inning. Pioneers lead the Warriors. Throw goes over to first. Sabatka able to get back in time. Waiting for the 0-1. Throw goes back over to the first. Wind up the pitch. That one goes high for ball 1. 1-1. Checking runner at first. Wind up that pitch. And that one drops right in there for strike two. 1-2's the count. 2 outs, runner on first. Beautiful day at Sam Crawford Field. A little breeze helping us out on this mid-60-degree day, what we're going to be getting. Throw goes over to first. Sabaka able to beat it back. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and that one goes high. Gets back to the backstop, and that advances Sabaka to second base. And evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Wind up the pitch, swing, and that is strike 3. And that wraps up the inning. Stranding Sabaka at first, or at second base. And the Pioneers continue to hold the lead after a 3-0. We'll be back with the Pioneers at bat right here on BSDNLive.com. Well, back, we're at the top of the second inning. Presley Oberling stepping into the batter box for the Pioneers. And pitching now. First ball inside for ball 1. Pitching now is Willie Ulrey for the Warriors. We have a 1-0. Wind up, that next pitch comes in, and that stays low for 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 is the count. Pioneers able to take advantage of a lot of action first inning. 3-0. Wind up, that pitch being delivered, and that one stays low, and that's a free base. That free base given to Presley Oberling. That brings up Eric Coterby for the Pioneers, stepping into the batting box. Kenny Wellwood on deck. First pitch, bunt, and a good bunt right there. Throw over to first is in time. So sacrifice, but moves a runner to second base. So stepping into the batter's box, Kenny Wellwood, senior for the Pioneers. Olery checking the second. Throw comes in, and a nice off speed drops right in there for a strike one. Checking runner at second. Wind up that pitch. And that's right across the outside edge of the plate for strike number two. Finding that strike zone now really well. Olery's checking second. Pitch. Again, right across the outside. Just a hair too far outside, according to the umpire. 1-2 the count with one out. Runner on second. Top of the second inning. Pioneers leading 3-0 over the Warriors. Olery with the wind-up, that pitch. And that stayed high. Count goes even at 2. Wind up, pitch, swing, and that one goes down to the first base side, but it goes foul. So the count stays at 2. The wind kicking around a little bit, going to affect the movement of the ball quite a bit. Wind up, that pitch comes in. And that one, free base. It's a free base. So it puts runners on first and second for the Pioneers with one out. Sam Genoways, senior for the Pioneers, stepping into the batting box. Wind up, that pitch being delivered. And therefore, a strike one. Olery checking runner at second, getting his call. Wind up the pitch, swing, and that one gets sent out and picked up by third baseman, but not able to make a play off of it. Loads the bases. Similar situation we saw at the top of the first inning with the Pioneers able to load up the bases. Take advantage of that, bringing 3 runs in. Now for the Pioneers is Chase Bierman, junior, right-hander. Wind up that pitch, swung on, strike one. Partly cloudy skies really affecting the movement of the sun there. Wind up the pitch, and that one is sent straight out into right center field, almost to the track. Brings in 1 run, 2 runs. Levi Lasher, courtesy running, out on second. Chase Bremer at bat. First pitch comes in and fouls back. Oh, 1 on the way. Showing bunt. Picks up the ball. Throw over to first. Brings in another run. Now puts runners on first and second. It's kind of a weird situation there where everybody was trying to figure out what actually did happen there. Because the runner from second advanced to third and then came back. Then the runner from third came in. Coach for the Warriors, Kyle Wayers, having a bit of a conversation with the outfield umpire to say what happened there. The throw looked like it was in time. Now the conversation is going to begin coming to home plate. And it's just confirmed to what he had said in the first place. Generally, conversations like that don't obviously correct or change. So Alex Christensen stepping into the batting box. With one out, runners on first and second. That first pitch comes in. Lingers a little high and outside for ball one. Ulrey with the next pitch. Stays high. 2-0 is the count. One out, runners on first and second. Wind up the pitch. Swung on. That one gets loped out into left field, and getting underneath it is able to snag it for the second out and keep the runners. At first and second. And now for the Pioneers, Charlie Brumstein stepping up to bat. Checking runner at second, the windup. That one comes across strike number one. It's a good throw in. Lower outside edge of the plate, able to find that. Wind up, next pitch, throws, and that's on the outside edge of the plate for strike number two. 0-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second. 3 runs come in so far this inning. Pioneers leading 6-0. Next pitch, wind up, and that one drops in there for strike number 3. And that wraps up the top of the second inning. So with 1.5 in the books, the Pioneers able to take advantage of quite a bit there, loading up the bases both the first and second inning, bringing in runs, 3 runs on each inning. So as we go to the bottom of the second inning, Pioneers 6, Warriors 0. We'll be back in just a moment right here on BSDNLive.com. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning as the Warriors trailing 6-0 from the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. Stepping into the batting box, Cody Hesser stepping in for the Warriors. First pitch on the way, and that one stays high and outside for ball number 1. Wind up, next pitch, swung on, and that one goes foul down the first base side. 1-1 is the count. Wind up the pitch. Swing, and that one goes out to left field, gets over the all the way out to the fence. Wrapping around second base, a stand-up double. Cody Hesser bringing some life right there. Cody Hesser followed up by Sam Markson. Stepping into the batting box. Lasher with the pitch coming in, swing, and that one goes straight out to center field, but able to get underneath it. The throw back to second. Keeps Hesser right there. Now from first base, Alex Berry stepping up to the plate for the Warriors. 1 out, runner on second. Lasher with the windup pitch, and that one stays high for ball 1. Checking runner at second. Hesser with a good lead. Double checking. Wind up, that pitch comes in, and that one goes inside for ball number 2. 2-0 with 1 out. Berry at bat for the Warriors. Throw goes out to second. That was just a brush back. Second baseman was still standing a ways wet back, so. Esser getting a good lead. Wind up, that pitch comes in, and that's high and inside. 3-0 is the count. Wind up, pitch being delivered, and that stayed high. Free base going to Berry. So now we have 1 out, runners on first and second. Josh Fox, center fielder, junior, at bat. Runners on first and second. The pitch comes in, swing and misses. Strike 1. 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Warriors trailing 6-0 against the Pioneers. Wind up, next pitch comes in. That one is right across the numbers on the inside edge of the plate for strike number 2. Fox waiting for that right pitch. Wind up and swings on strike 3. So that's 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Home plate umpire taking a moment. Quinn Shutt sophomore from Bishop Newman, at bat for the Warriors. So 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Warriors, needing to rally something here together. Down 6-0. Checking runner at second. Hesser out there. First pitch comes in, and that one drops on the outside edge for strike 1. Throw goes out to Hesser, beats it, going out to second. Checking Hesser. Pitch comes in. That one stays high. 1-1 is the count with 2 outs. Wind up the pitch being delivered. That one's called ball 2. 2-1 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Wind up, that pitch comes in, high and inside, 3-1. Out here at Sam Crawford Field, a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, full of baseball. Wind up, that pitch being delivered right across the outside edge of the plate. Count goes full, 3-2. With 2 outs, runners on first and second. Shutt thought that one was outside, but wind up in that pitch, and that one is called strike 3. Stranding runners on first and second. Warriors go without a hit. The Pioneers continue to hold the lead 6-0 as we go to the top of the third right after a little break right here on bsdnlive.com. Welcome back. We're at the top of the third inning. Pioneers leading over the Warriors 6-0. Willie Ulrey continuing to pitch for the Warriors. First pitch coming inside, and strike 1 against Eli Tinkham. Wind up that next pitch, swing, and that one gets popped out. Picked up at shortstop, throw over to first is not in time. It's overthrown. So there's an error right there, and that gives ahead and gives the second base to Tinkham. So Tinkham coming back in to take his guard to the coach. And that brings in Presley Olberding to at bat for the Pioneers with a runner on second. Pioneers have been doing really good with the bats, loading up the bases and taking advantage of that. Wind up showing bunt. Sledge looking to throw out to second base. Called strike one. Looking to sacrifice. Showing bunt. That bunt goes right down the third base line. Perfect placement on that one. That one stopped just exactly where he wanted it to be able to have no play either direction. And that brings the Pioneers with runners on the corners, no out. And we have Eric Koterba at bat. Wind up the pitch. That one gets delivered right in there for strike one. Top of the order right here for the Pioneers. Throw goes over to first, not in time. Chases back Oberling. Will Ullery. Throw again back over to first. Checking runner. Wind up pitch. Swing, and that one straight out to Ullery, who throws over to first for out number one. So a sacrifice to move the runner ahead. Kenny Wellwood coming up to bat with one out, runners in scoring position on second and third. Wind up the pitch. That one's too far inside for ball one. Wind up, getting ready, and the pitch on the way. Swing, and that one pops down the first base side out of bounds. 1-1 is the count. One out, runners on second and third. Top of the third inning. Pioneers able to bring in 3 runs so far each inning. Wind up, pitch, and that one drops low. 2-1. Wind up that next pitch. Swing. Missed with a strike 2. Count goes even. It's even at 2 with 1 out. Again, runners on second and third. Teams are missing some school at this point. Wind up that pitch. Low and outside. So the count goes full. With 1 out, runners on first and second. Here comes the payoff pitch. There is a open base at first. I'm sorry. So that pitch comes in, and that's down. Loads the bases. So each inning, the Pioneers have been able to load up the bases and then take advantage of that. Sam Genoways stepping into the batting box with bases loaded, 1 out. Pioneers leading 6-0, top of the third inning. Wind up that pitch low and inside for ball one. And with that, we see assistant coach Nick Milliken going out to have a conversation with Ulrey. Sledge out there as well. A lot of breeze going on today. So a lot of breeze, a lot of sun. We got it all for you right here. It's baseball on bsdnlive.com. When you go to that website, you can actually click on which team you want to follow at the time, or if you've missed any of the games, activities throughout the school year, you can always go back as well. Ulrey still at the mound for the Warriors. Bit of a pep talk from Milliken. Wind up the pitch. And that one goes in there for strike one. 1-1 is the count. One out. Bases are loaded. Top of the third inning. Wind up. That pitch comes in, and that one just goes low. 2-1. Ulrey, the wind up, slow wind up, and drops down low outside. 3-1. No room for a walk at this point. Wind up, that pitch comes in, and that one's on the outside edge, lower corner of the plate for strike two. Full count. Bases loaded. Here's the payoff pitch. And that one gets fouled back. Keeps the count full, 3-2. Wind up that next pitch. Swung on, and that goes out to second base. Not able to handle it. The throw over, though, is in time. Does bring in one run. So sacrifice for a run. So 7-0 as we're at the top of the third inning. With two outs, stepping into the batting box is Chase Bierman, the junior for the Pioneers. Wind up that pitch. Does not drop in. An off-speed pitch stays high too long. So 1-0. Wind up the next pitch being delivered. Swing, and that one gets popped foul, and that goes behind the first base dugout. 1-1 is the count with two outs. Runners on second and third. Wind up, that pitch being delivered, and that is across the middle of the plate at the bottom edge of the knees there. 1-2. Wind up that pitch, swing, and strike number 3. Only able to bring in one run this inning with stranding runners on second and third. That wraps up 2.5. The Pioneers extend the lead 7-0 over the Warriors, and we'll be back with the Warriors at bat right here on bsdnlive.com. Bottom of the third inning, Warriors trailing 7-0. Isaiah Nagel stepping up to bat for the Warriors on a very breezy Wednesday afternoon. It's a triple header right here as both the Fort Calhoun Pioneers and Central City coming into town to play. Warriors right now playing against the Pioneers. Pioneers will play Central City second game. That first pitch comes in. Nagel swings on it. Misses, strike one. Levi Lasher continues to pitch for the Pioneers. Here comes the 0-1. That one stays high. 1-1. Warriors looking to put something together here to kind of battle back into this one. Wind up that pitch. And that one gets across the center of the plate. One, two is the count. Nagel leadoff batter for the third inning. That pitch goes high and inside. Count goes even at 2. Wind up that next pitch. Swung on, and that one goes down the third base line, and it pops up off the third base. Sam Genoway is not able to hold on to it, so that puts runner on first. Nagel with the leadoff run, leadoff hit. Now we have Caden Christian stepping up to bat. So runner on first, nobody out. Pitch goes, throw goes over to first, sending Nagel back. Really, Nagel didn't have that much of a lead. First pitch comes in, stays high for ball 1. Throw over to first. Sweeping Nagel back. Christian waiting for the next pitch. Comes in, and that one stays outside. Ball 2. Two-0, nobody out. Runner on first. Bottom of the third inning. Throw goes over to first, sweeping Nagel back. Pitch comes in. That one, from my angle, looked a little bit outside, but called as a strike on the outside edge of the plate. So 2-1 is the count. Nobody out. Runner on first. Wind up, that pitch comes in. That one definitely outside. 3-1. Wind up pitch. And that one right in there for a strike. So Christian watched that one go by. Count goes full with no outs. Runner on first. Down 7-0 against the Pioneers. That pitch loops high and stays up. Free base. So with nobody out, so the Warriors have runners on first and second. Carson Sabatka stepping into the batting box. Conversation between Tinkham, the catcher, and Lasher out at the mound. Now they're getting back in. Lasher checks runner at second. Wind up. pitch, and that one is outside edge of the plate for strike one. Well, it's 1 o'clock. Wind up, that next pitch comes in there. Strike number 2. Every day around Wahoo, you hear the noon horn and then the 1 o'clock horn. So everybody knows when to go to lunch, I guess. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing, and that gets popped foul. Actually, that horn is Omaha Steel because they use so much power off of the grid that when they go to lunch, they blow the horn before they flip the switch. And then before they start drawing a bunch of power, they blow the horn again. Next pitch wind up, it comes in, and that one goes high. 1-2 is the count with runners on first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Warriors looking to rally, come back as they're down 7-0 against the Pioneers. Throw goes out to second. Nagel able to get back in time. Wind up, the pitch is being delivered and goes well outside. Count goes even at 2. Almost designed to see if they would be able to pull Nagel off of second. He didn't take the bait on that one. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing, and that gets loped out to right field, but able to get underneath it. Nagel tags up and heads to third. So with 1 out, runners on the corners. Jace Kaminsky coming back to the batting box. And with that, Roy Bronner, the coach for Fort Calhoun, calls a timeout at the mound. And let's see what comes of it. All right, so with that conversation, Lasher stays out on the mound. Kaminsky stepping into the batting box. 1 out, runners on the corners. Throw goes first, looks to throw to third, but then turns around and tries to throw back over to first. Not fooling anybody. Wind up, the pitch being delivered, swung on and loped right out to center field for the catch. Nagel tags and then runs in. Warriors on the board with 2 outs. Seven to 1. Runner on first, and that brings up Cody Hesser. Wind up, that pitch drops right in there for strike 1. Throw goes over to first. Wind up pitch. That one connects and gives a free base. So with 2 outs, the Warriors have 1 run come in. Now we have runners on first and second, and stepping up, Sam Markson, cleanup batter. Checking runner at second. Wind up the pitch. Swing, and that one gets popped out to right field. Drops in. That brings in 1 run. And the throw to third is not able to connect. That brings in, so now the Warriors down only by 5, 7-2. Alex Berry stepping up to bat. Struck out the last time he was at bat. Runners on the corner, 2 outs. Wind up that pitch, swing, and that's fouled back for strike 1. Wind up that pitch. That one goes outside. 1-1 is the count. Wind up, next pitch. That one is just on the outside edge of the plate. 1-2 with 2 outs, runners on the corners. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Warriors trailing 7-2. 2 runs have come in so far this inning, so whittling away at that. Next pitch goes down the third baseline, and that one stays in. Great placement of that. That brings in 1 run, and now that's a stand-up double. A good 2-out rally is always a good thing to watch. So 3 runs have come in so far. And that brings in Josh Fox to bat. Josh did strike out last time as well. Runners on in scoring position on second and third, 2 outs. First pitch comes in. That one's called ball. 1-0. Lasher battling along here for pitching. Swing, and that one gets popped out to right field. And it is caught. Well, with 3 complete, the Warriors are able to bring 3 runs in as we are now at the top of the 4th inning. 7-3, the Pioneers continue to hold the lead. And we'll be right back in just a moment right here on bsdnlive.com. Back to Sam Crawford Field in Wahoo, Nebraska. Warriors taking on the Pioneers. Stepping into bat for the Pioneers is Chase Bremer. First pitch gets hit out to left field, getting and just missing it in the sun for a stand-up double, and the throw comes in just short. He slides in and is able to make it to third base. So Bremer able to make a pretty good dent, get around the bases to third base and sliding in. Willie Ullery still pitching. First pitch comes in, drops low to Alex Christensen. So 1-0 is the count. Wind up that next pitch. Swing, and that gets loped right into right center field and goes all the way back to the track. And it's a stand-up double with a run coming in. So 2 hits, bring in 1 run, and have a runner at second for the Pioneers. 8-3. Pioneers extend the lead back. Next pitch comes in, shows bunt. So Charlie Bromstein showing bunt, and that fouls back for strike number 1. Checking runner at second. Pitch comes in, and that gets fouled straight back for strike 2. Wind up, pitch coming in, swing, and connected. Keeps the count 0-2. Bromstein staying alive with nobody out. Runner on second. 1 run already came in, top of the 4th inning for the Pioneers. That pitch comes across, stays high for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing, and that one goes foul. The throw goes out to first in time. For out number 1. 8-3, we're at the top of the 4th inning. Pioneers leading over the Warriors. Now going into the roster, Abe Paris batting for the first time for a senior for Calhoun. Waiting for the pitch to be delivered. Swing and strike 1. Ullery continuing to pitch for the Warriors. Battling through. This is game 1 of today. Pioneers will take on Central City game 2, and then the Warriors back against Central City to wrap it up. Wind up and pitch and into the dirt. Swing for strike 2. connected with it, but it hit home plate, so that actually is a foul ball. So 0-2 with one out. Wind shifting around a little bit. And that one goes across the outside edge of the plate for strike 3 and out number 2. Pioneers with 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Warriors 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors so far. With that's we're at the top of the 4th inning. Pitch coming in, is swung, and that one gets loped out to center field, and able to get underneath it for out number 3. So Pioneers were able to get 1 round, a stranded runner at second, and that wraps up the 3.5 as the Pioneers continue to hold the lead 8-3 over the Warriors. We'll take a moment and be back with more baseball right here from Sam Crawford Field on BSDNLive.com. Bottom of the 4th inning as the Warriors send Max Sledge, catcher, to the batting box. Levi Lasher continuing to pitch for the Pioneers. First pitch comes in, swung on, and strike 1. Wind up, next pitch, swing and missed again, strike 2. Max Sledge at bat, wind up, pitch coming in, and 0-2. And he gets the free base as he gets hit by pitch. Sledge has a courtesy runner coming out, and that's Jake Bach. Isaiah Nagel stepping in to bat. Jake Bohach, courtesy running. Nagel waiting for the first pitch. On its way. That one stays high. 1-0. Nobody out. Runner on first. Next throw comes in. Ball 2. Lasher battling, but pretty good lead, 8-3 for the Pioneers. Next pitch coming in, and that one is right across the inside edge of the plate for strike 1. Isaiah Nagel, senior for Bishop Neumann, swings and That one goes foul off the base and strike two. So the count's even at 2. We have the wind up pitch. That one gets popped out to center field and getting underneath it, able to reel it in for out number 2. Or out number 1, I'm sorry. Caden Christian coming in to bat, center fielder for the Warriors. Runner at first. Sledge is at first. Christian as at bat. 1 out. Throw goes over to first. And actually, Bohach courtesy running. Next pitch comes in, swung on, and that gets sent out to center field, making adjustments and able to get underneath it for out number 2. So Christian pops out. Now we have Carson Sabaka at bat. With 2 outs, runner on first. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers lead 8-4. Throw goes over to first. Now we have the pitch on the way, and that stays outside for ball 1. Wind up, next pitch, well outside, ball 2. Throw goes over to first. Boach able to get back in time. 2-0 on the way, swing, and that foul is straight back for strike 1. Two one. Pitch on the way. That one just lingers too far out. 3-1 is the count to Sabatka. Next pitch comes in, swings on it, misses. Count goes full with 2 outs. Runner on first. Wind up that pitch, swing, and that one gets sent out. Second base picks it up, throw over to first is in time for out number 3. Stranding runner on base. No runs come in. Score stays 8-3 as the Pioneers come back to bat to the top of the 5th right after this on bsdnlive.com. Top of the 5th inning. Pioneers coming up to bat as center fielder Eric Koterba stepping in, the senior, batting for the Pioneers. First pitch coming in, swung on, and that one gets sent out, picked up by shortstop. Throw over to first is not in time. So first hit and puts a runner on first. Kenny Wellwood now, a senior for the Pioneers, coming in to bat. Shortstop player for the Pioneers at bat, so throw goes over to first. Cordoba able to beat that back. Wind up, the pitch comes in, showing bunt. Unusually pulled back, but it still hit the bat. So that is a strike. 0-1. Throw over to first again. Trying to catch Cordoba sleeping. And again, back over to first. Nobody out, top of the 5th inning. Runner on first. 0-1 is the count. Conversation between Ullery and Sledge, just trying to get on the same page. Wind up, the pitch comes in, goes outside. Home plate umpire called it a balk. So that advanced the runner to second. Waiting for the 0-1, showing bunt, goes high. 1-1 is the count. Runner on second. Ulrich checking runner at second. Wind up that pitch. Bunt, and that is a good bunt. Picked up. The throw to first is in time for out number 1. So sacrifice moves runner to third with 1 out. Sam Genoways stepping in to bat for the Pioneers. Wind up, the pitch coming in. Swung on, and that one is sent out to center field. Diving, not able to get to it. That does bring in. That brings in a run, and now there's a runner on first with 1 out. Catcher for Fort Calhoun, number 16, Chase Bierman, stepping into the batter's box. With that, hit out to shortstop, throw to second was in time. Tried for the double play, but not able to do that. So courtesy running is Travis Skelton. Number 9, Chase Premer stepping into the batting box with 2 outs. Runner on first. Top of the 5th inning. Swing and send that out to shortstop. Steps on second base for the easy out. Not without bringing in a run. The Pioneers extend the lead 9-3 after 4.5. We'll be back to the bottom of the 5th inning right after this on BSDNLive.com. Back to Sam Crawford Field, bottom of the 5th inning. Chase Kaminsky stepping into the batting box. First pitch comes in, and that drops in for strike number 1. Next pitch. 1-1 is the count. Kaminsky leadoff bat. Pitch stays high, 2-1. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing. Count goes even at 2. Wind up, that pitch, swing and fouls back. Staying alive, count stays even at 2. Wind up, swing and strike 3. Now we have Cody Hesser stepping into the batting box. Second baseman. Wind up, the first pitch coming in, and that goes low outside for ball 1. Next pitch, swing on and strike. Wind up, pitch, across the outside edge of the plate for strike number 2. 1-2 is the count with 1 out. Nobody on base. We are at the bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers over the Warriors, 9-3. Hesser with that one popped up down the first base line and able to get underneath it and snag it out. That brings up Sam Markson, designated hitter for the Warriors. 2 outs, nobody on base. Pioneers have been doing a pretty good job. Wind up, the pitch comes in. That one stays high. 1-0. Pitch comes in, swing and fouls that one back. Counts 1-1 with 2 outs. Wind up, pitch, swing, and that one goes out to right field and is snagged for out number 3. That wraps up the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors on that inning. The Pioneers maintain the lead 9-3, and we'll come back for the 6th inning right after this on bsdnlive.com. Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field, top of the 6th inning. Pitching change for the Warriors. Kane Haar stepping up to pitch and leading off against Alex Christensen for the Pioneers. First pitch goes inside. Ball 1. Wind up, next pitch. Swing, and that one gets popped straight out. Shortstop picks it up. Throw over to first is not in time. So that puts a leadoff batter on first base. Charlie Bromstein stepping up to bat for the Pioneers. It is a windy day out here at Sam Crawford Field and partly cloudy skies. Temps in the low 60s today. Overall, a beautiful day for baseball, and there's a lot of baseball to be played today. Wind up that pitch, showing bunt, pulls back. Throw goes out to first. So first pitch called a ball. 1-0 with nobody out. Wind up that next pitch. Bunt, and that goes down the third base line. Pick up, throw out to first is in time. So the sacrifice was made to advance the runner to second base. That was the first out. Left fielder, number 5, Eli Tinkham, junior for Pioneers, stepping up to bat. 1 out, runner on second. Har pitching for the Warriors. Checks runner at second. Pitch on the way, and that one low and inside for ball 1. Waiting for the windup. The pitch comes in, delivered and down, and the third baseman not able to connect with it. Ends up overthrowing first base, bringing the run in and advancing out to second. So that error, that has been what's been causing a lot of issues. That's like the third error right there for the Warriors. 10-3. The Pioneers continue to extend the lead there with 1 out. Presley Oberding batting now for the Pioneers with a runner on second. So Tinkham was able to get over to second base. Har checking runner. Wind up the pitch, and that one goes outside, ball 1. Wind up that next pitch comes in, and that one stays just a hair outside. 2-0 with 1 out, runner on second. 1 run already in. Wind up that pitch. Swing, and that goes out to center field. Able to get underneath it and reel it in. Runner tags up. Throw over to third is in time for the double play. 1 run came in off of an error, and then a double play wraps it up. We'll be back in just a moment. Bottom of the 6th inning with the Warriors at bat, trailing the Pioneers 10-3 right here on BSDNLive.com. Bottom of the 6th inning. Up to bat, we have Alex Berry for the first pitch. Swung on, pop foul back for strike one. Eli Tinkham wrapping up the pitching for the Pioneers. Second pitch hit, and that goes out to center field, and that is gone for a home run. Alex Berry rounds the bases. I was wondering when somebody was going to be able to catch the jet stream to send this one out of the field, so there it was. The wind is heading straight out to center, so you can definitely hit it right, be able to take advantage of that. Stepping up to bat, now we have Josh Fox. Wind up, the pitch comes in, showing bunt, but pulls that one back. It's low and inside for ball one. Wind up that next pitch. Swing, and that gets fouled back. Wind up, swing, and miss. So 1-2 is the count. Nobody out. Wind up, pitch, swing, and that gets fouled down the third base line, and that brings him back. Keeps the count 1-2. The wind really kicked up there for a second. So 2-2 is the count. Wind up, pitch, and that's high and inside. Kind of makes Fox sitting back, almost got hit. Count goes full. Wind up the next pitch, and that one swung and fouled straight back. Keeps the count full. Got a little distracted as the program's let loose down here behind home plate. Wind up the pitch coming in, and that one dropped down for ball four. Free base for Fox. Then we have Max Sledge, the catcher, walking up to bat with nobody out. Runner on first. Pioneers leading 10-4. Bottom of the 6th inning. Wind up that pitch right across the outside edge of the plate for strike one. Throw goes over to first. Sends Fox back to first. Gets the call. The throw comes in. Swing and miss. Strike two. The 0-2 with nobody out. Last at bat for Sledge was an 0-2, and then hit by pitch send him out to first. Then repeated that same scenario. Look at that. So not the best way necessarily to get a base, but 2 times in a row he was down 0-2, and then the hit by pitch took him over. Jake Bohach, courtesy running, as Sledge is going to probably need a little bit of work on his neck there because they got him right at the base of the neck. Now we have Isaiah Nagel stepping into the batting box. Nobody out, runners on first and second. That first pitch drops in, off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. Wind up pitch, swing, and that gets popped out to right field, getting underneath it and is able to pull it in. The throw in gets past second base, but does hold runners at first and second. Caden Christian stepping up to bat with 1 out, runners on first and second. Warriors down 10-4 by the Pioneers, bottom of the 6th inning. A home run, solo home run has come in by Berry, Alex Berry earlier. Wind up that pitch, showing bunt, and that goes down third baseline, runs foul. 0-1 is the count. Wind up the pitch, swung on, and that goes down the left field side and foul. 0-2. 1 out, runners on first and second. Wind up that pitch, swing, and foul straight back. Keeps the count 0-2. Christian maintaining his at-bat. 0-2, fouls it off. Checking runner at second, wind up. Pitch goes high and outside for ball 1. We're in the season where you have to be careful. It's cool enough you're not going to realize it, but you can get sunburned pretty easily. Throw goes out to second base. That gets away from them. I believe that's Bohach still at second base. Nagel at first. Christian at bat. 1-2. Swing, and that gets popped straight up over the third base side and not able to run it down. Drops. Keeps the count 1-2 with 1 out. Runners on first and second, 1-2. Pitch comes in, and that one gets popped out to right center field. It drops in almost all the way back to the track. Not able to bring it in. The first run comes around the corner and is able to bring a run in. Nice hit, great placement of that one. Brings a run in. Now we have still 1 out, runners on first and second. I believe it's Carson Zabaka, yes, stepping up to bat for the Warriors. 10-5. Pioneers are at the lead. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runs so far in for the Warriors. Wind up, that first pitch comes in across the outside edge of the plate for strike 1. Wind up, the pitch comes in. Pop foul. 0-2 is the count. Wind up pitch well outside, gets past the catcher and advances runners. Now with 1 out, counts 1 and 2, and 2 runners in scoring position. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing, and that's sent out to left center field, and it does get snagged, but tagging up. Bohaj does come across. So 2 out, runner on second. 3 runs have come in. Warriors trailing 10-6. Pitch coming in, and that one, off-speed pitch, drops in across the outside edge of the plate for strike 1. Wind up, next pitch. Swing, and that one goes out to right field. And that is out number 3, but not without bringing in 3 runs. Warriors now trail by 4, 10-6 as we go to the 7th inning. Take a quick break right here on bsdnlive.com. Top of the 7th inning. Cordoba at the bat for the Pioneers. First pitch comes in. That one is called ball. Wind up, that pitch stays high. Ball 2. Wind up, pitch swung on. That gets fouled towards the third base dugout. 2-1 is the count. Wind up, pitch is hit out to shortstop, picked up, throw over to first is in time and able to be tagged out. for out number one. Oh, no, they didn't call him out. And so they have a runner on first. I'm not sure. Looked like he was able to take that out, but some calls that gotta wonder. Showing bunt. Pitch gets away from Sledge. Advances a runner to second. Kenny Wellwood at bat for the Pioneers. No out, runner on second. We're at the top of the seventh inning. Sam Crawford Field in Wahoo, Nebraska. Wind up the pitch. And that one goes across the outside edge of the plate for a strike one. 1-1. Wind up pitch. Pulls back from the bunt. 2-1. Checking runner at the second. Wind up the pitch. Stays high and outside. 3-1 is the count. Har looking to stop the Pioneers. Wind up pitch. Swung on, and that gets popped down the third base line. Diving for it, and is able to grab it. The throw into third is not in time. So with runner at third, one out. Sam Genoways, senior for the Pioneers, at bat. Wind up that pitch. High and inside for ball one. Next pitch, wind up and drops on the outside edge of the plate. Strike. 1-1 with one out, runner on third. The Warriors have had a couple of innings with 3 runs. If they can hold they could be able to get close on this one. Wind up showing bunt, and that one went foul. If they would have grabbed that one, you would have had a run and another on base. So the 1-2 pitch way high. Count goes even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner on third. Wind up pitch swung on. And that is picked up by Har. So Har able to throw that one over to first for the first out. Actually 2 outs now. 2 outs, runner on third. Chase Bierman now at bat for the Pioneers. Wind up that pitch on the outside edge of the plate, right in there for a strike one. Wind up next pitch. Off-speed pitch drops in for strike two. 0-2 with 2 outs, runner on third. Throw comes in, and that is connected. Sends over to shortstop. The throw over to first is in time for out number 3. So that wraps up 6.5 innings, and the Pioneers hold their lead 10-6. But the Warriors were able to pull that inning out without the Pioneers scoring. That's actually the first inning the Pioneers did not have at least one score. They started off first inning 3, second inning 3, then 1 per inning until the top of the 7th. Warriors coming back, see if they can pull off 4 runs or more, be able to turn this thing around right here on BSDNLive.com. Bottom of the 7th inning, Warriors with 1 more shot. And leading off at bat is Cody Hesser. Tinkham continuing to pitch for the Pioneers. Tinkham waiting for the call. Gets set, wind up, and the pitch on the way. And that one drops. Gets past the catcher for ball 1. Next pitch, swung on and gets sent out. Shortstop picks it up, throw over to first is in time for out number 1. Sam Markson, the designated hitter, stepping up to bat for the Warriors. 1 out. 2 outs left of the game, potentially. Warriors looking to put something together here. 10-6 as they trail against the Pioneers. Wind up, that pitch comes in, and that one inside for ball 1. Wind up, next pitch, swing, and that one gets loped into left field for a base hit and gets past the left fielder. He turns around, picks it up, and throws it to second. Now up to bat is the lone home run hitter, Alex Berry. Last at bat, was able to send that one over the left field fence. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and he pops that one out to left center field. but able to center field able to come over and grab it in for out number 2. And now we have Josh Fox, 1 out left, runner on first. Warriors down 10-6, looking to have a 2-out rally, I guess, at this point. Wind up pitch, goes outside for ball 1. Wind up, that next pitch swung on, and that gets loped over to left field and able to get snagged in for out number 3. And that is the game at Sam Crawford Field. First game being played as the Warriors took on the Pioneers. Warriors not able to defeat them. Pioneers lead 10-6. One home run, though, that is something for the Warriors to be able to take away with them, as Alex Berry was able to pull that one off. First inning, the Pioneers were able to bring 3 runs in right away with bases loaded, and they repeated that. Bases loaded, 3 runs in for the second inning. The Warriors were able to slow things down for the Pioneers as they were able to hold them to 1 run, and then the Warriors are able to get 3 of their own at the bottom of the third inning. The fourth inning, the Pioneers were able to bring 1 run in. The Warriors not able to do anything off of that. Fifth inning, same, where 1 run came in for the Pioneers. No runs came in for the Warriors. Top of the 6th, Warriors able to hold the Pioneers to 1 run and get 3 of their own. And then the 7th inning, goose eggs for both. That is the game. Well, we're going to take a break for the second game as Central City and Fort Calhoun play each other. And then approximately at 5 o'clock is when they're anticipating the next game between the Central City Colonels and the Wahoo Warriors. That's wrapping things up for me right now on BSDNlive.com. Thank you for being a part of our broadcast.